Isabel, this is Dennis Clark, and I'm going to review your lesson briefly from yesterday. A couple points that we made. And again, the big thing we want to try to get out of your swing is the habit that you've developed of pulling the handle down too vertically. And when you do that much pulling on the handle that steeply, you've just sent this into overdrive of open and possibly shank. So that is really open. On a 10 scale, I'd call that about 12. And it's very hard to recover from there. So that's the pull the handle, pull the handle, pull the handle. You can see how far that club face is looking to the right at the very last split second of the swing, and there's no time to recover there. So one of the things that you can present to the ball is the hosel of the club when you do that. The other thing that you have to work on really is really not opening your body so early. Your shoulders and your hips are way, way open at the time of impact. And that comes from that, where that stems from is that pull down and that verticality early, because when you do get the club in this position, it's hard as hell to get it back to square unless you really turn your body in to try to do it, and that's so iffy. So it's all based on you getting this club down like this more. When you start to feel that, I think your whole game changes, every part of it really. I think your eye-hand skills are great, your coordination is superb, but your mechanics are flawed, and that's what we see here is the most common mistake I see in club golfers. And a lot of it is, you know, as it always is in a motor skill learning, or in any learning, I suppose, is all up to you. What does it feel to you like you have to get that club in this position and swing the head of it and not pull on the handle? There's drills that I could give you, and I mentioned them, and I came in and gave you a feel for it, but as long as there's that much pull and it gets that vertical, it's always going to be iffy whether or not you could, you know, hit the ball. And I would love to see you get your club down without all that extra body work that you're doing to try to get it to square. Let's see, as he comes down, the body is really, particularly the upper body, is very square to the target. And your shoulders have already opened quite a bit. And I think that's just you trying to square it because of the openness of it. So I'd really recommend for you, feel the swing of the head of the club on a much more horizontal nature. If you have at home a place where once in a while you could hit balls, and you found a hill where you could put the ball up above your feet like this and hit from here, it would help you a lot to get that feeling of what your club on the way down would look like that, and get away from it feeling like that. If you notice, there's a lot of differences here. The palm of his right hand, the palm of his right hand is still looking up at the sky, and the palm of your right hand is looking over this way, and the left wrist is quite flat, and your wrist is pretty well cupped, and you notice the club face way over here. I've got to get this out of there. There we go. The club face way over here, and your club face way over here on this side. So that's, like I say, the reason for the shank is that very late club face. It's so common in golf, in club golfers, that, you know, I see it all the time. And that palm of his right hand is still at the sky. Look at his right hand. It's under the club. And you see a huge difference in the position of your right palm in your hand with your palm pointed this way and his palm still under that way. That leads a lot to 46 degrees versus, almost 10 more or 12 more, 60 degrees. So the same problem that we had last year, but you're 1 year further down the road, and every little bit helps. I know you're not trying to play a championship level of golf, but I believe you could play a lot better golf if we can get you around to that feeling of swinging more with the club head, less with the handle, and a little more horizontally. Okay? I hope that helps you. It was good to see you again. Maybe we'll see you later this winter with your parents.